5-7 Video Game Podcast.
Hey, yes. Welcome to the Level 857 Video Game Podcast, the highest level for raw, unfiltered gaming commentary. And it's also the only place in the world where you can see hosts such as us. Turbo 857.
He said wild.
Sticks.
Algae 857.
23rd Stallion.
The one and only Big Choco.
The wild.
In the world.
And the what?
In the wild.
Why?
In the world.
All right, welcome to another podcast. So we're here to tell y'all what we've been playing this week. Get it all kicked off right here. Who wants to start?
I'll start because I just beat it today. Wizards of Legend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cheap ass boss, that cheap ass game.
I saw him.
Oh man, that was so satisfying.
It was just
And
that
then-
last form.
Here's I don't want to ruin anything, but there's two forms to the last boss.
You did ruin.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't be watching this.
Spoiler
If you've been
alert.
checking out the podcast, you should know that I've been playing this game lately. Also, I'm like 35 hours into Valkyria Chronicles 4, which is at the point where it's better than the first.
Damn.
And that says a lot because the first was a masterpiece.
Okay.
Not unless this ends very badly, then I'd be like, but those are the only two.
So far.
Yeah, so far so good.
Not bad. I'm actually still playing Dead Cells, but I purchased a new game. What is it? Mark of the Ninja Remastered for the Nintendo Switch. Dope ass game. I actually had it for the 360 years ago. Got halfway through it. Forgot about it. Never beat it. Saw it remastered on the Switch, and I was like, you know what? I'll just buy it. Fuck it. I can bring it to work. I can,
Can
play.
you save?
Yes.
Oh, finally, a game you
Oh,
can
that's
save.
beautiful.
Permanent
It's
upgrade.
not. You know what I like about it, and it's a good transition from playing a game like a roguelike game like that, like Dead Cells, to going to Mark of the Ninja, where, it's like Metal Gear, kind of like you sneak around and stuff, and when you die, you just go right back to where So it's a breath of fresh air to play something like that. When you play something like Dead Cells, where you have to start all the way from the beginning,
It just gets you angry.
it does. And I actually got very far into. I'm almost done with the game
It's
already.
intensely
Because
frustrating.
it actually, I have to say those roguelike games do train you to
They
be
do.
really good.
I will
games. So
co-sign.
now I'm like, oh, checkpoint. Oh, it has a checkpoint.
They're
Alright,
very
cool.
old school, aren't they? They remind me of an old school.
Not to
way
go
of
back
playing.
to Wizards of Legend, but they do train you to the point like you'll pull off something you won't even realize. You just like because when you get to the third stage, it gets tougher. All the enemies get more attacks.
Yep.
So whatever spells you got, that's basically all you got to like fend them off, and you'll pull off something and be like, "Yo, I just did that. That's fucking yo, man. Yo, I'm mad. Yo. Just get mad happy."
Like, I should have died, but somehow I did it.
Yep. Fuck that game. No, I'm sorry.
So angry. So angry.
Okay.
Well, me this week for games, I haven't played much because I've been getting some equipment and we've been doing some extra.
No excuse. None. No excuse.
I'm about to
You
smack
should
the
be
fire
playing.
out
You should be playing something.
I just wanted to see if I can get through a sentence. That's all. I just want to see if this week I can get through a sentence.
Hell no.
It didn't work. It
That's
didn't
the
happen.
game. That's the game.
So we've been putting together more stuff that's going to come to the channel. So be on the lookout. As far as what I want to play, yesterday was the DLC for Spider-Man. So I'm going to check that out next probably. And that's pretty much it for now. I mean, I got a lot of backlog, so I'll be getting to it, but just not yet.
I'm playing The Messenger. I'm back playing that again. An Octopath Traveler.
And what
It's a
else?
long game. No, that's it right
No, you
now.
got like 8 games you're playing.
A Dragon Ball FighterZ.
And what else?
Chocolate,
He
yes.
still hasn't
I've
gotten
been
through the
playing that.
tutorial.
And
Like,
Fist
It's a
of North
long
Star.
tutorial, man, right? Oh, yes, I just started Fist of North Star Lost
And
Paradise.
Bloodstained that you're still playing. The
Yeah, I'm
8-bit
still
one.
playing. I'm still playing.
So don't say you're playing 2
Let's
games.
talk
You're playing
about-
like 9 games.
I always play 4 games at once.
4.
That's how it is. Fist of North Star Lost Paradise is an awesome game. That game is really, really good. I like that a
Wait,
lot.
question. That's for PS4, right?
Yeah, that's
Can
good.
you put your own tracks in there? Because I know I figured out finally how to do it for the Xbox, but can you do that for the?
I think there's a way.
I don't know.
I think there's a
I
way if
gotta
you run
try to
it
do
from the USB stick.
Is that game for Xbox?
I don't think so.
No, right?
I think it's PlayStation.
I never made a Yakuza for Xbox.
No, that's right.
It plays, the fighting system is similar to Ken's Rage a bit, and so is the upgrade system, the Meridian Graph. They have
Oh, the.
He's
Okay.
got like 4 different ones for different He upgrades with 4 different grids, but it reminds me of Ken's rig.
You gotta find a way to get that song from the movie on there, man. That's
I
the
know.
only way to play the game. It enhances it times 10.
Just play it in your house while you're playing the game.
Yeah.
In the background. You got a
It's
microphone.
not the same.
Don't you have surround sound?
I do. I should do
Yeah,
that.
Isn't there a way to
I
turn
could,
the
You gotta
music
walk.
off in the
I
settings?
have a playlist, a Fistnar playlist right now on my phone. I could Bluetooth it right to the sound bar, play it on the stream.
Kev, you were playing it without sound the other day anyway, so you might as well have the music playing.
Freaking
That was
OBS.
a bad
Oh
stream.
my
Yeah,
god.
bad stream.
Bad stream.
Bad stream.
Cut it off. Bad stream.
And Chuck, can you tell you what's going on with your shirt here?
This is Deadpool with a tutu on. Got this from New York City Comic Con.
Oh my gosh.
A Marvel exclusive.
You know what's funny? I didn't even notice he had a
Yeah.
tutu
I
on.
didn't notice either.
I honestly didn't.
I didn't notice.
But it's Deadpool, so why would you even flinch?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like, all right.
I noticed.
So as for me, I'm playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
How was that?
Dope.
Compared to Origins.
Dope.
You play Origins?
You serious right now? Are you serious?
Yeah. He probably beat it before you did.
Are you,
Kev.
are you at the point where you notice that it's better than Origins or not there yet?
Not there. It's just as good as Origins.
Okay, so far it's just...
Does
Just
it
as
play
good.
like Assassin's Creed, or is it totally different now?
It has a little bit. The mechanics are a little bit enhanced. Like you have special moves now in that game, and yeah, the fighting that makes the fighting a little bit better.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a solid game.
Wait, have you played all of them?
Just about.
Which
The only one I haven't played is Syndicate.
really Syndicate was awesome.
I have it saved on my hard drive because I got it for games with gold. So
What
one of these days I'll play it.
What fighting system do you prefer the best out of all of them you played?
It's funny because I remember the first one. It was so easy to counter, but now it's not that easy to counter. I kind of miss that. So the first one was always like one of my favorite.
The
parts.
first one.
Yeah.
First one?
Really?
Hold on,
you
Assassin's Creed 1?
One.
I would say
No.
2.
Whoa.
You got to at
The
least
count-
say 2.
The countering was
2, I would say.
Yo, that was like
You gotta
basic.
say
Well,
two.
well, not
Like
what's a better
basic,
game?
but-
What's the better fight system? I
One? Okay.
it was mad basic.
You like the basic? That shit was... Like, even in part 2, when you had the, you had the consecutive killing, like you were able to, like,
Yeah.
kill
That
one,
was
kill
dope.
another.
Damn, I forgot about
Was
that.
that 2 or Brotherhood? One
2.
It was,
That might have
it
been
was-
2.
Two started
It
it.
was 2? Okay,
2.
2 started.
They're all part of the same.
I would say
shit,
2
though.
would just probably well.
It was definitely
It's
an
your
enhanced
favorite, so.
mechanic of it.
I mean, I enjoyed the fighting system regardless. You know what? If I want to get a real good answer, I'd have to probably play through all of them again. But for the first one is the one that pops out in my head.
Back to Odyssey, though. Did you do the Spartan kick?
Of course.
That's all up in the game.
That was
right?
that was the first special move I got.
Do they
Oh, that's a
slow motion?
special move. That's a special move.
Yes.
Can you boot him off a cliff?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how you do.
That's so funny that they like put like a spotlight on that move, just boot him off a fucking cliff.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks great. I can't wait to get it next year.
Pretty
And
good.
I'm still playing Spider-Man. I can't seem to put that game down. I'm playing The City That Never Sleeps, Episode 1, that Jay mentioned, and Soul Calibur 6. I'm playing some WWE 2K19.
How you like that?
I like it.
Plays good, right?
It does.
Tight,
It does.
very tight.
It's good.
and that's why I'm very upset.
I can't wait to stream that. We got to stream it.
We will. We will. We
Put
will.
in the
we will.
eliminations, 2K.
Yeah, and I got to get back to Dragon Ball so I can train this fool.
That's not training him.
You
That's not
have
training
no
him.
idea the things I could pull off
He's a
right
lost
now,
cause.
man. It's like you gave me a senzu bean and threw me in a hyperbolic chamber.
Moving on. Moving
And
on.
so we have the news.
Thank you. Thank you. Save the podcast. Save the
When I
podcast.
come out, my hair is gonna look like his.
Just go.
Oh my gosh.
So everybody out there, let us know what you're playing this week, and leave it in the comments, and we can go over, and maybe you can have some recommendations for us to play that we may have missed. Actually, you know what? I do have a $20 Nintendo card that I can use. I'm gonna get the Messenger still, so that's
Great
coming up
game,
too.
great game.
I'm thinking of Chasm.
Oh yeah,
I'm thinking of that a
It
lot.
took forever for that to even like be mentioned again.
I bet if you can save in the game, I'm buying it.
What happened
No,
to
you probably
Hyper
can't.
Drift?
You can't?
If I can, it's gonna be a roguelike. It's a
Roguelike.
yeah. I think you got to get through it at once.
You sure? Because the game looks huge.
It looks like Castlevania, so I'm not sure.
What happened
I gotta research.
to Hyper
That sells
Drift?
like
I'm getting that
Castlevania,
too.
and that's the
They're
same.
both like $20.
Start
a
all
lot of money these
So-
days, man. A lot of money in this economy.
They're tough.
All right. So, with that said,
Yeah.
let's get on with the news now, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's first?
So first on the list, we have the Nintendo Switch has been hacked. We all know this. It's been hacked for a while now.
Yeah.
But they recently got RetroArch, the emulator. It's like a all emulator system on there.
Everything.
So it could run pretty much any system up to probably, I would say, PS1, well, Dreamcast actually.
Yeah.
So pretty much up to there.
You could run Saturn.
So you could run all arcade games, Saturn, TurboGrafx, Nintendo Genesis.
That's exciting.
That's dope.
Handhelds. It's ridiculous. So, and they recently found out how to get a hard drive could be used on there too. So that's pretty cool too. So you
Local
can put
saves.
all of those games. But they did that a while ago. But to get all that stuff on, because you ain't got to put that on memory card, just one memory card.
Yeah.
Especially with like PlayStation games and all this other stuff, it's gonna take up a lot of space.
Absolutely.
But you can put like every arcade game is like what 7 gigs or something. It's not that
Something
big.
like that. Yeah.
So it's crazy. So you can put all that on there and play it on the go. But that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But you can't go online.
Why would you go online to play an arcade game? Kev?
Still though, man, because maybe you want to be online.
Yeah,
show
I mean-
people when you're playing the arcade game.
No.
Nah.
No.
I mean, no, I hear what Kev's saying.
That
Because,
doesn't
like, what if you download...
Nah, man, it's a couch co-op freaking system.
Okay.
Listen, if you got your Switch hacked,
Right.
just don't use it for like ISOs of the games. Don't hurt Nintendo. Don't hurt the system. Just use it for these other like just emulation and stuff like that. It's not a big
But if I
deal.
want to beat his ass online,
Or
Then
your,
you turn it off.
or your backups.
You can turn off your.
If you
You can
own
turn
the
off the
games
hack.
already.
I can turn off the hack.
You can turn off the hack. It's not a solid hack.
Talk more about that off stream.
Well, I mean, you can talk.
Wow. Nope. Nope.
Only use ROMs that you own already.
Yes,
For
the
backup.
legality.
Absolutely.
For backup.
There's legalities to this.
Legality.
My legality is pleading the fifth.
That sounds like Mortal Kombat. Imagine if that was in Mortal Kombat. Legality.
Legality.
It's a lawyer. A lawyer.
Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright ends up in Mortal Kombat. Legality.
It'll be Daredevil.
You got it.
Daredevil.
Wow.
Is this your signature?
Foggy comes out.
That'd be great.
Yo, that would be sick.
If only they had a Mortal Kombat and Marvel.
Ew. That would be so bad.
My idea is about to be taken.
Oh,
That would
man.
be so
You can do
awful.
it. You can do it.
But legality.
Yeah, you can do it. All right, on to the next. So, Days Gone. Remember that game?
Yeah. What the?
It's a PlayStation exclusive. It looked kind of like
The Walking Dead.
yeah, I mean basically kind of like that. But I don't know what this game is gonna actually be because when they first showed it, it just looked like there were massive attacks of zombies just running after you constantly. Like what's that movie with Brad Pitt? Daisy.
World War Z.
Yeah,
Daisy.
World War
Daisy.
Z.
World
World
War
War
Z.
Z.
Daisy. That's another game.
Daisy.
But World War Z. Yes. So when they just have like mountains and mountains of zombies just
Yeah.
chasing you.
Yeah, that's
Terrible.
crazy.
I don't like that. I never liked that
Well,
look.
that was the original.
But in the
Yeah.
game, it seemed like that was what they were going for. Like, all right, panic, run, and drop everything. But
Yeah.
then they had another trailer, and it completely looked like a story-driven game,
Yeah.
kind of like Last of Us.
Yeah.
More so like that than anything. And I was like, all right, what happened to the zombies? Now it's about like a motorcycle game, a totally different game.
I looked at like 20, like so many different videos of that game, like 20 minutes of gameplay. And the ones that I've seen, it's very like open world like, but there's like regular humans are the threat.
Yeah.
Also, like there's gangs that can attack you. Like when you're on your motorcycle, there's like trip wires that are attached to like trees and they like will jump you and stuff like that. But also there's zombies lurking around and when you get their attention, a bunch of them come out of nowhere and they chase you and you have to, you could, you know,
can
fend
use
them off.
against the people.
Yeah, you could use them against the people by like, you know, the environment, kind of like, you know, Batman, you like throw something and they're like, oh, and you know, the zombies come and attack the people. So I've seen that and it looked awesome. Like there's,
So it seems like,
there's a crossbow in the game. I actually
Oh, boy.
crossbow.
but is there a Daryl?
Yeah, right. I saw some story moments too, a lot of dialogue with characters that looked pretty cool. It looked good. Like the last video I saw it looked polished, it looked ready to go, but it's delayed again.
So I don't know if they just had to figure out how to make the game because they had a concept and then just ran with that at first. And then it's like, well, you know, it's going to get tiring after 8 hours of running.
Probably
from
ran into some
zombies.
issues. Probably ran into
So
some
he said,
issues.
let's get the story in here and how we get that to work. Zombies can't talk. so they couldn't tell a story, right? So they finally put the other stuff in. And I mean, I guess it's probably done, but they're just trying to look for a right area with other games coming out where it could fit in without getting overshadowed, basically. But you would think that would be like, at least Christmas, like just before Christmas. I don't know,
But
but
I
it was
have to
always
say-
rumored for next year. So it's April now.
I have to say, I'm not mad at the delay. I am backed up now
But this
from
is
games
getting-
that came out a year ago.
But this game is getting old now.
Well, yeah, but it won't be to me. You know, this shit will never get old to me. It's
Release
killing
it by,
zombies, whatever.
next Halloween.
Yeah, but
Next
you know what
Halloween,
though?
yeah.
Sometimes
if it's polished,
Yeah.
the delays don't really mean a thing as
Yeah.
long as it comes out when the system is still
And-
alive.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there have been delays where the game comes out and it's still unfinished.
Yeah.
If
So
it comes
I-
out, yeah, to agree with that.
hate
Yeah,
that.
I agree with that. Like,
hate that.
if it comes out like The Walking Dead's Overkill
Oh,
game,
God.
that's a piece of garbage.
Oh god,
Yeah.
have you seen that?
Complete
Have you seen that trailer?
Complete-
Oh my gosh, the gameplay of it.
garbage.
I don't know what happened.
Think of Left 4 Dead, but garbage.
Yo, Left 4 Dead was so
No,
good.
think of the
So-
other Walking Dead game that was
Seriously.
trash
And 4 players.
and a little bit better.
And, yeah, maybe
Not by
yeah,
much.
just
A
a
little.
little,
Not by
just a
much.
little bit
It was
better.
4 players and it was still garbage.
This one
Well, this one didn't come out yet.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we just saw some weird unfinished
The
things.
demo came out,
It looked bad.
and I think on shout out to John Donadio on Gamer Assault, they had a review.
Oh,
of it.
yeah.
yeah, and then they were like, "This is not finished."
Not finished.
Yeah, it's a pile of crap.
Oh man,
It's a pile of crap. I tried to give it like when I looked at the video and I saw him walking around. I'm like, okay, it's not terrible. Then a zombie
Then
came
they
up,
tried to fight.
and the zombie's where you are. He went like this with the sword and it hit him.
Collision
It
was
made
off.
the sound.
Like you were hitting a tree.
And you know, like there's a full animation of a sword, but why are you stopping here? Like
The game's not finished.
It needs to be canceled.
So
It should be
hopefully,
canceled.
so hopefully Days Gone doesn't have that happen.
Yeah, that'd be very.
Hopefully, this
good.
polish, just 2 months in the oven.
I will
help.
still support it. I
Just
enjoy
take
it.
Left 4 Dead and put Walking Dead license on it. Instant cash.
They keep
Walk for
dropping the
Dead.
ball.
Walk for Dead.
Walk for
Walk for
Dead.
Dead.
Yes,
What else we got there?
buy it. All right, so somebody's gonna be real happy about this news.
Yeah.
So next up, so
Next one. No, I'm just kidding.
Can I have this one? Can I have this one?
so these latest claims. All right, so this is about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, right? So these latest claims come from none other than the this leaker named Vergeben or Vergeben, however you want to say it. He recently shared information on the potential future of the currently dormant Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Dead, not dormant.
Dormant. It's dormant. It ain't dead yet. So according to him, he said there's an update that is like, this is all rumor and speculation, by the way. But according to him, they said that there's an update coming to the game, and it's definitely happening. And no one knows anything substantial, obviously, because it's not announced yet. So he said, believe me, it's coming. And they said it's going to be an update to Infinite, and they're going to call it 4. Now, whether
Rebrand
this whether this is going to have Marvel characters that we want in it, now that the merger is complete, and you can have X-Men in there, like, you know, putting Wolverine and Cyclops and Storm and Rogue and all of them in there. We'll see if it comes to be, and that would definitely breathe new life into that game because it's pretty much over. The franchise is over unless you just make a whole new one to put money into that after what happened with the Infinite. It wouldn't be worth it.
Well,
So,
the thing is, it's the fighting game community also has to support it.
they
There's
like
no
the game.
tournament.
They
Well,
still like the game, but
there's
they don't
no
like that.
tournaments, though.
No, because they took it out of the tournaments
Right.
because the updates and everything is just
It's
out
a
of whack.
mess.
Yeah.
It needs to be fixed.
So
Yeah.
if they fix that,
Capcom left it for dead.
Sure, they should return freaking three character teams, right? They got
Nah,
the 2. You like the 2?
I like the two. I'm cool with
You
two.
like the 2?
What's wrong with 2 character teams?
Chocolate. That's
I
your
can
MO.
beat you quicker.
That's how you win. You have to tag to more. If they had 10 characters, Chocolate would never lose a match.
all right.
So the more the merrier. I thought you'd be the first.
You
one.
never even played me in the game because you were too shook.
Nah, man. I need Storm again.
And you saw what happened when you played
So
me in
anyway-
Dragon Ball. So it's like,
So
what
we'll
else we
find
got?
out.
why waste your time?
When and if this gets announced, we will find out in Versus.
Right.
So, on to number 4.
That shit's not gonna make a versus.
On to number 4.
Yo, come on, man. Let me have this one.
So last week, or last podcast, we had the news that PlayStation Network had an option that didn't come out yet, but you can change your name, your PlayStation Online name. So there's a few things that got announced about that. So there's problems with it. And
You don't say.
we realized why it was so hard for them to actually change your name. Because you're like, why can't you just change your name? Just change your old one into the new one, leave it at that. Well, apparently, PlayStation Network they assigned your name as your key code for your purchases and your identification on who you actually are. So if you were to change your name, they said not every game is going to support your name change. Like your saves, the purchases you've made, like all your history with that name.
It's terrible.
Certain games will not be able to switch it because, you know, some games aren't just in development anymore. Like Sony, obviously their games, they can be like, let's go into there, fix that up. But if it's an old company and they're out of business or whatever, they're not going to be able to change it. So you're going to lose all that. So it's going to be way harder to just jump in and change your name. So you might as well start anew. You might as well start new and just put that name that you want to be.
Right.
All
And then
because
keep
you wanted
your
to
old
change your name to Boner Jam.
No, that's what you had it. That's what you had it as.
Well, they should have
You're
had
gonna
it
get
from
rid
the
of that.
get-go, though. They should have definitely had
They
that
should-
option.
Listen, they should have had the name associated with some hashtag weird number.
No, or your
That's
email.
you, or your email even.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
because
email.
no matter
I
what
hate,
the
I
name
hate
is.
that, by the way,
Oh,
YouTube.
man.
What?
Stuck me with Gmail. Everyone's on my Gmail. I hate YouTube
Yeah.
for doing that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't get off your email.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they should have put some weird 10,000 number thing that's your ID. Who
Right.
cares what it is, just as long as it's your ID. And then your name on top of that. So whatever you change it to, you're still going to have the same number for your ID.
Right.
That's what Xbox did. That's what everyone else did. So
They should have hired Microsoft.
yeah, they should. They should. Well, I don't know if they're coming out with another system. So let's see what happens with
Will you stop, man? Why?
Microsoft.
I'm actually.
Why you trying to shoot my dreams down?
I agree with Jay for once.
Microsoft
they're,
might be making a lot of games for everybody.
they're on their last system right now. Undead Labs. Let's go over to like Nintendo and Sony. Let's go.
I don't like any of these guys right now.
They're
Well,
gonna have
honestly,
like
listen,
3
not one.
Xboxes next generation.
With the moves they're making, there's probably going to be another Xbox. Don't worry about that. So,
It's gonna be all VR. The system's gonna be all VR.
I hate you so much.
HoloLens.
I hate you so much right now.
Halo Lens.
2.0.
Halo Lens.
You'll love it.
Ain't
You'll love
nobody
it.
care about that no more. Fortnite.
On to the next news.
I hate y'all.
So this will make everybody happy if this is indeed true. So there was just earlier today, actually. Well, depending on when you're listening to, but if you're listening live, earlier today, they had a Super Smash Brothers Ultimate leak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it might be. This looks legit.
it's rumors.
It looks legit. It could
Sakurai
be.
hates leaks, man.
I
It could
believe it.
be. Listen, it could be wrong. It could be fake, but this definitely does look like a leak. So it's a promo. Like, you know how they send out promos to stores and they have like posters and everything for when the game gets released. It has its own section and stuff like that. The promo poster that came out and is to be released later at a later date. It comes out December 7th, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So them sending it out this early, I don't know why, but stores are getting this this little promo poster that has all the characters in the game. So according to, I mean, you can't
Why-
see it. You
why
can't see it here, but
Why would you do that?
but they have all of the characters. Then they have this really blurred out one that you can't really see in, but you see like the characters that they're hinting at,
The outlines.
the outline of them, and you see like the colors of them. And if this is true and they fit them in there, they have, let me see if I can find a list of the characters. And, well, let me see. They have, well, according to the poster, Banjo-Kazooie, Isaac from Golden Sun, Mac Rider, okay, I don't know what that is.
What is that?
Mock Rider?
Mac Rider, it's M-A-C.
Little
That's
Mac
not how you
Rider?
spell Mac.
Wait, as in Speed Racer?
No. This looks like,
Not to be like
Morris.
this.
this looks like Super Hang-On or Hang-On.
For Nintendo.
Oh my god.
But it's old and it's for Nintendo.
Look
It looks
for it on your
disgustingly old.
Look for it on your phone.
Like Indoor Racer.
Ew.
It's
It's
behind
got
it's
that
it's
shit.
old.
It's big.
I don't know who this character is and why he's in there.
It looks like Captain Falcon with a motorcycle helmet.
Yes. I mean, I saw a drawing of him. He does look cool and it looks like he could be like a good fighter, but I don't know where that came from.
Okay.
And what, that's Japanese. It's got to be. It's not here. It's not here. It's named Mac Rider. Mac Rider. It's probably pronounced Mac Rider. Gino from Super Smash Brothers RPG. I don't know who that is.
You mean Super Mario RPG?
Super
Gino-
Smash Brothers RPG.
Making them live, man. Making them live.
Oh, that's not announced yet.
He just revealed their next project, Super Smash Brothers RPG.
Another leak.
It's not
You heard it here first.
Super Mario Brothers.
Make this
Super
go
Mario.
viral.
Super Mario RPG. This puppet character.
I don't know why
So-
people request them. I don't.
I-
know.
Maybe
People
he's
are
got some
fiending.
cool attacks. I don't know.
No, they've been feeding for that
Request
character.
Mallow, the marshmallow guy who you had in that
Who
game.
knows?
Who
No one
the
knows
fuck
these.
is that?
That's he's
Listen.
as ambiguous as
Maybe
Gino.
maybe the
All right.
hand is controlling the puppet, the boss in the
Yeah,
game.
imagine that.
So maybe there's a reason for that. And the chorus kids from Rhythm Heaven. I don't know who they are.
Neither do
I
I.
know
Who
they are.
cares?
So somebody does. They're in the game
No
apparently.
idea who that
Well,
is.
it's a freaking. I don't know, man.
And then they have Echo Fighters, which would be Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And all these are all rumored characters from beforehand, so it's possible. And Ken from Street Fighter. Of course.
Yeah.
These have been
So-
these characters. I think there's some weight to this leak because these have been rumored for a long. All these people have been rumored except for Mock.
Mock right
Yeah. They've been all rumored for, especially Ken. Ken has been strongly rumored. Shadow's been strongly rumored as Echo Fighters for Super Smash Brothers for a very long time. Gino and Isaac have been on the fan favorite ballot forever.
Yeah.
That people have been wanting those guys for the longest. So I think there's some weight to them. I've heard Rayman also was along with Banjo Kazooie, but
My favorite character will probably be Knuck Rider.
you
He probably
You
will.
love you live
just
you
for
love
the
those
hell of it.
Weird
just
characters.
for the hell of it.
He probably will be.
But I think there's weight to it, and I also believe in that one last character they're going to announce right before they release.
I heard it where? We heard it here first. Who's it gonna be?
Sephiroth.
Goku.
I'm telling you, man, it's gonna be Goku.
Sephiroth.
All right?
Goku.
Goku's
I'm
gonna
still
be in
skeptical.
So they're gonna
I
have.
still believe.
Listen, they're gonna have a direct, right? Coming up soon this month. Well, next month. In November, they said there's rumored to be a
it's
direct.
November. I thought it was this month.
Is it this month? They said
I heard
there's
the
maybe
26th.
rumored to be two,
But
and one of them is definitely going to be on Smash Brothers. So.
yeah, I heard there was two.
But
I
you said there wasn't a lot more characters to announce. You gonna announce 7?
well, I heard. Well, the thing is,
8.
Yeah, it's
Let
like
them rock.
the rumor was originally that there would be two more directs. Well, one would be mainly to announce a couple of characters, either this month I heard, and then before the game, a month before the game is released, it would be a demo a week before the game comes out, and the final character will be announced in the demo and playable. That's
That
one
would
of the
be
leaks.
cool.
Could be a complete nonsense, but if they did it that way, because they did say that character will be like groundbreaking, like they rumored to be, then I mean it would have no choice but to be Goku.
He'll be the first Bandai character.
Yeah,
anyway.
like
Yeah.
Or
no Pac-Man.
Pac-Man's in the game, you
Namco.
moron.
I know, but still, he's
Namco.
already there.
I just want to throw this
it's
ball.
Bandai
Namco.
I don't
Namco.
know, man.
Namco.
No,
said-
it's Bandai Namco.
Listen,
So
man.
technically,
Bam.
Bamco.
I can't even.
I think there's probably somebody trolling. It could be.
There's
It's
always
possible.
I'm skeptical because
It's possible because it's all blurred
they've
out.
had stuff like that. But remember when the Switch? What was it? 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, or 2 years ago actually? When the guy said he had the Switch
Yeah.
before it was even out,
3D
but he
printed?
That was
spent
Etika.
2 months making it, like painstakingly making his own version of the shit, saying that he had it. He took pictures. He put one up on social media. Everybody bought it. All the news outlets went over. Like
That's what
people-
Joy-Con boys had.
people would do.
Fake one.
Yeah, no, but people would do that. I think this could be something of the same thing.
But they had the back of the Grinch in one of the promos. It's a movie that's not out
Listen,
yet.
man, I'm good at Photoshop.
Well, the one thing with Smash Brothers before we move on to the next one is like there's always leaks, always this person's in it, this person in it, but when there's a
They're
common
usually right.
no,
though.
no, some,
based off of
Most of
when
them.
it's a common one, like before Simon Belmont was announced, he was a common one.
Yeah.
That was brought up all the time, and he's in the game. Ridley was very
Ridley,
common in the leaks. He's in the game, but when you keep like Ken and Shadow have been mentioned for past couple of months.
They're
in the-
easiest.
I'm convinced.
easy.
You don't have to do anything to their moves. Maybe add 2 effects to their moves. They're the same as
Need that
Sonic.
fire uppercut.
Exactly. It's very easy. But like, Isaac and Gino have been,
Who wants
rumored.
Shadow though?
Who cares?
Got a
Has
gun.
guns,
What's
man.
wrong? Tails would be more innovative if you think about it. Tails, he's got
or Knuckles.
yeah, Knuckles.
Knuckles would
He's
be
a fucking assist trophy.
They're in the game.
Shadow's got
Keep
guns,
in
right?
mind, Alucard, Knuckles, Bomberman, Zero, all assist trophies. Fuck you. Go. I'm sorry.
On to the next
Mad
news.
Angry.
Dude, those are like golden characters.
So,
Those are all good
new
guys.
champ. So there was a Tetris tournament, the World Tournament. What was it? 2 years ago?
Sunday.
Okay, so last Sunday. or whenever. But
Yeah.
He said or whatever. One of them Sundays. Sometime in
If you're watching live, it was this past Sunday.
yeah, exactly.
There we go.
So a 16-year-old boy from California was the surprise winner of the grand final of the classic Tetris World Championship in Oregon.
He dethroned, what was his name? Jonas Neubauer,
So this
who was
guy,
a 7-time world champion.
yeah, he's like the grand master of Tetris. He only lost once in 2014?
Yeah.
And that
but
was
it
like
and it didn't even count. because
Not even
it
a real thing.
Yeah, it was like a charity event in Hong Kong.
Wow.
He lost.
He lost that charity.
Well, to get second place. Still.
Nah. Screw both of them. LGA57 is the best Tetris
Word.
player worldwide.
Oh,
all right,
no. What do you
come
do?
get it. Shut
What
up.
do you do, man?
Come get at him. All right, he's taking names.
I gotta practice.
I was
He's
also the
taking
champ.
names.
I was also the champ.
You ain't no champ.
I beat Al.
You a
So he's the best. So what does that make me?
Damn.
Again?
Damn.
Yo.
Watch the verses.
Actually, we gotta get a one-on-one versus. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want the smoke?
Yo, he said,
I already had the belt up. It's all right.
no,
It's all
no.
good. It's all good.
He said, nah, I'm good.
But that tournament was by far better than I could have ever imagined.
Hell yeah, man.
Because who's gonna sit there and watch, like, as an esport? I don't watch esports, so me watching competition on TV of a video game usually isn't a thing for me. But watching that, I watched that for like an hour and a half.
Dude, it's
It
so
was insane.
that
Yo,
It was like 3 hours. The tournament they had it up for like 3 hour
okay.
stream.
Right.
It's probably longer, but I watched like the last two guys face the Jonas dude. It was amazing. It was just
Yo.
the way they were going back and forth.
was-
Like it was literally,
Yeah.
will he get it with this piece? Nah, he messed up. Game over. Like if he did that, he would have won. Like it was that close.
The
I
thing
watched some
about
of
the
it.
thing
It's
about
pretty
it is
crazy.
like it's easy to follow Tetris because everybody knows you just gotta get as many lines as you
I
can.
won't understand how they're doing it.
But
they got this. What is it called? The tap,
the double tap method.
The-
If you watch his
the
hands,
hyper tap.
the way he
It's
holds
crazy.
the controller is like it's weird. It's
Listen.
a weird way.
This kid is 16 years old.
But this kid learned. The thing about the story
You know
that I
my
like,
theory.
He learned
Well,
watching these guys,
the
but he
thing-
did it in like 2 years.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. He started in 2016. He started watching the tournaments, right? From doing that, he started picking up like playing the game as a hobby for 2 years.
And then he said, "Let me try. Let
And
me
then
see if
he's
I
like,
qualify."
let me just see if I qualify. So he entered the tournament and he ends up winning.
He whipped them.
That's
He
crazy.
swept the champ,
The champ, he won
the
3 games in a
7-year
row.
champ. He swept him.
That's
He didn't even
insane.
get one win.
Tetris is one of those games that if I just keep playing, I'm not gonna be good. Like it's just one of those, like there's some people who just have it figured out. Like you're just good at a game. Like
Yeah.
I could never get good at. I just am not good at Tetris.
There's certain things. man.
Like there's,
Well,
I could
it's a
have,
way of
I could have I could go this far, right? If I really try, and then you have like the top people that are like through the roof. Like
Yeah.
I can't get like same thing with me in first person shooters. I can play Wolfenstein campaign, you know, I can get down on some of that, but you want me to like do a tournament where I'm like taking people out?
return to Wolfenstein. Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Not Wolfenstein. Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
That was fun.
Totally
I
different.
was Xbox, the original Xbox.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that was
so.
actually fun. When the guy was like, you has you captive, he starts talking shit, you stab in the ass, and he falls down the steps.
I did that to someone in Assassin's Creed, actually.
That's always
I
fun.
stabbed somebody in the ass. It was
Puzzle
hilarious.
Fighter though. I'm surprised they don't.
That Puzzle Fighter.
I'm
it's not-
surprised they don't have a world puzzle
I don't
fighter
think-
tournament.
Because it's luck.
I don't think you can have a dominant. I don't think you can have a dominant player in that.
All right.
It's
Except
hard.
if you do speed though, if you go really, really
But
fast.
you have to know where you're dropping.
Yeah,
them.
Just so you know, while the tournament, actually a few days before the tournament actually started, they were just messing around and they did a Dr. Mario tournament.
Chill.
And
Actually-
they had the world champ also playing
From
Dr.
Tetris.
Mario, the Tetris guy.
Jonas,
We should get down on that because we all kind of suck in that, right?
Yeah, I
Actually, you
suck.
don't suck in it. You're pretty good, right?
I was pretty good.
You were.
I
Okay.
suck.
You might be decent, right?
I'm all right.
I'm.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm about that Puzzle Fighter life.
No, I'm saying if we all suck,
I gotta
that should be pretty entertaining.
Yeah, the title. I am the longest reigning puzzle fighter champion.
No,
I will take
wait,
it.
why are you making stuff up?
Hold on, hold on.
Why are you
I will
making
go
stuff
after-
up?
Hello, I'm the new
I
puzzle
know.
fighter
I'm
champ.
coming after your belt.
Yeah,
Why are you
Travesty.
making?
Wait,
why are you
Tetris.
making stuff up?
Wait. You got the
Settle
throne,
down.
and then I defended my title against you. What are you talking about? You were done.
I
You've
was
been
the
retired.
longest reigning before
Settle down.
you got it. So it's gonna happen.
And why do you sound constipated?
Or
Because I am.
Oh boy.
All right,
So,
there we
look at
go.
this.
on
started.
to
Kev, no, you
the
know
main
when Kev
topic.
rants, that's when you know the move on.
On to the main topic of the day because everyone can't shut up. Okay, so this is going to be about the Nintendo Switch revision that is rumored, well, pretty much is going to happen because Nintendo has to because they have to stop this hack.
Yeah.
So the revision, we're going to discuss predictions about what that's going to be like, and in general, what system hardware updates, like how do we feel about those? So, I mean, systems have been getting updated since like the Nintendo, since Atari even. They have many renditions of different Atari, different renditions of Nintendo. Like, there's always going to be something that they change about the system, or it's usually to make it smaller and cheaper. So, all those systems, I pretty much had the number 2 of them, except for PS2 and PS1. And I still want them. They're so cute. They're little. But the new systems is when they actually did something that was weird by having it change the specs of the system. Like you never had a new system come out that did something completely better than the old system. Usually the first generation system has the most that it can do, and then they start cutting stuff out without you noticing. Making it lighter, making it smaller, and then like, oh, you can't play PS2 anymore. Oh, you can't go to Linux anymore. You can't. And you can't hook up like your stereo stuff to it anymore. So stuff that people don't realize. But the first one you usually get is usually the one that either fails first, Xbox 360, or or the one you could do the most with. So what we think they're gonna do with Nintendo Switch. We'll go around and see what ideas you guys have and what they should implement, what you think they'll actually do, and what you want them to do. So, I don't know who wants to start out.
I mean, I don't even have a Switch, so I can start.
But what would you like to see in a new Switch, and why didn't you get one?
I'm getting one for Smash Brothers.
Why didn't you get one?
Okay, no, that makes sense. I never get systems when they launch anymore because of the Xbox 360.
You want to see if there's any flaws?
Exactly.
Okay.
I sit there and
You missed out, though.
I don't care. I don't care.
Actually, didn't.
Well, think of it this way.
I don't hack systems. I don't care. Just work. That's all I want. Just work.
Think of it this way. At least the stuff that came out for it will be a lot cheaper. When you
Exactly.
get it finally, you know, except for Smash Bros. Obviously. But
Nintendo has never had a system that came out that failed. Like as far as their first generation of it, they never.
Yeah.
They're pretty good with their actual hardware.
yeah, it's not glitchy. They don't
It's not
have
glitch fest.
Yeah, there's
No,
no.
you can drop. I dropped the Nintendo down the steps. Like my NES, it fell down the steps and rolled, and I was like, "Oh, it still works. It's all good."
You threw a game out the window.
Yeah, that
Still
sucked.
And it still worked.
It was broken. That's why I threw it out the window.
Castlevania 1
It
still
didn't
worked.
work.
Wow.
There was just a thing in there that just didn't go through.
Gotta beat that in 11 minutes.
That's hilarious.
I can't beat that in my lifetime. It makes me feel awful.
Well, also, Nintendo has a weird way of like upgrading. Like, remember the new 2D or new 3DS, I should say.
It took away 3D.
They took away the 2DS, the new 2DS. They took away the 3D, and it's the exact same thing as the new 3DS, but they just like
No 3D.
they just they enhanced the 3D for the 3DS version,
They made the screen larger too.
and they made
Instead
it
of smaller.
slightly larger, and
Which
then
is weird.
they added like a little C stick thing, whatever.
That was weird.
They actually
That was
made
a
a
weird
system that was too small to begin with.
Right.
They always make them smaller and thinner, and then they're like, "No, we need a bigger one." What are we
But
doing?
the thing I noticed though with Nintendo is like they'll do like one or two things good, and then they'll go back a step and they'll fuck something else up. Like the memory cards, the SD cards, putting that shit in the new 3DS, you have to take out and then transferring the data, the games and stuff like that. That was another headache.
Oh, the DSi.
Oh,
Nobody
man.
liked that. They
DSi,
took out Game Boy Advance. They took out the backwards
right.
compatibility.
That's right.
Not a good look.
So
But you can use it
this-
as an MP3 player.
Yay.
But the Switch itself, usually when Nintendo comes out with another iteration in the same generation, they usually try to make it sleeker. Like, remember the DS Lite was a lot better. When I saw the DS Lite, I was like, I'm getting that. As soon as I saw it, I'm getting it. The Switch looks sleek already.
Right.
So, besides, like, minimizing the bezel a bit, you know, making the screen bigger that way, I don't think the Joy-Cons are going to be bigger.
No, they're not going to change that at all.
No, I hope it's compatible with Bluetooth audio. That's the only thing I hope it can do that I think is worthwhile.
I don't know why they didn't do it. Maybe just to skimp out on money.
I know
that's-
the Joy-Cons are Bluetooth, so I don't know if it's
Maybe
the
it
same frequency.
messes up the thing. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming it's something like that, but maybe you could work around it. I'm sure you could work around it somehow. I hope that a new iteration of the Nintendo Switch will
You could
work
put
around
multiple. There's multiple ways to put Bluetooth. You could put 2 headphones, 3 headphones, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They have that now.
They
So
got
maybe
Yeah,
they
but-
didn't have it before.
I mean, it should have been in there from the get-go.
It
I
was
mean, you're-
rumored to be in there.
If they did have it, though, if they do make a iteration with it,
Mm.
then you lucked out. And you waited.
and I'd be like,
the right Yeah. Chalk lucked out.
I'll be like,
You
I'm
waited
good.
for the right.
that's an envious upgrade.
Well, I've got a headphone
That's
jack. I'm good.
But I was looking online ever since the news, the rumor started that they're, officially coming out, or is it rumored or is it official that they're coming out with one?
It's rumored.
It's
Heavily.
still
rumored, but it's gonna
It's a
happen.
heavy rumor.
It's gonna
It
happen.
has to happen because
Yeah.
obviously because of the hacking. But I was looking online, message boards and stuff, and videos and stuff, and looking at what other people wanted in like comments and stuff. And
Forget about them. What do you want?
no, the thing is, the Bluetooth audio is the main thing I want.
Mm.
But a lot of the things that other people want, I don't think Nintendo's gonna go ahead and get like you said, make the bezel,
The
a bigger
bezels.
screen.
Yeah.
I don't
think
think they're
they
gonna
will.
do that because it's costly. I think it's
I
too
think they will.
cost effective for them to do that. What I think the smartest thing, I actually read a prediction that somebody had, and it was actually a really smart prediction. They said instead of making the system more like bigger screen or anything like that, the battery life on the Switch is only 3 hours for depending on the game. Like
Mhm.
if you're running a really power intensive game, what they probably would do is, or would be smart to do, would be to make the hardware less power efficient or more power efficient.
Well,
So
if they change the Tegra, like the operating system in there, the chip in there, that should run better. It should be smaller also,
Right.
which would make them be able to
Well,
put a bigger battery in.
I don't think it needs to be smaller.
No, I'm talking about the chip inside.
Oh yeah.
The Tegra chip inside is probably going to be smaller. It's probably going to be a better processor, probably better power efficiency. And if they do make it smaller, obviously the internals are going to be smaller. If they keep everything the same size, they could put a bigger battery in,
Right.
and then that'll kind of offset what you want and have better power.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And I don't think it would cost. that much. But
better
Bluetooth
battery
audio
would be
and better
cool.
battery life is a really big selling point. Bigger than like having a bigger screen.
Just buy that
and
thing
all
you snap on the back.
If it's one thing I hope they don't do, and this is what I've been on a couple of forums, a couple of message boards. A lot of people are calling for a smaller Switch to make it more portable. I hope to God, no.
I can see that happening.
I hope they don't,
I can see
because
that
I
happening.
think the graphics are just the games on there. We're high intensity, high graphic games that are now being
You just bought
displayed.
a 3DS game.
Yeah, well,
That's like two megapixels.
yeah, it's like 2 megapixels. When it's an indie game, okay, it's not that big of a deal. But you don't want to see Breath of the Wild, a game that's detailed, that much draw distance that you have to see.
But if you're a little kid, though,
If
they have a
no,
whole market of little kids who can put in their book bag.
They just put it in your book bag. Put the Switch in your book bag. You don't need to put it in your pocket. You can
Then
fit
they'll
it in
pull
your
it out
pocket.
and it'll be cracked in half.
I got these sweatpants with the freaking deep pockets. I could put a Switch in my pocket if I really wanted to. But I'm
You
not
do
gonna
that.
I'm
And
not
you run. I
gonna
want
do
to
that.
jog with you with that in your pocket.
That just sounded so old. I got the sweatpants with the deep pockets.
Nobody's walking around in their pajamas with the Switch in them.
Yeah, like I got those pajamas. I got when you put them
You see
on.
some of the text though. The text in some of these Switch games, they're not that big.
No.
So even seeing
No, it's
some,
true.
even trying to read the text on some of this,
No, I
these games,
agree.
you go a little small screen like this just so you can
And
get
it's
around your
touchscreen too.
pocket.
I don't think
it's
it'll be
what, are
that
they gonna have a
small.
stylus also? So
Yeah,
If they did that, they wouldn't have detachable controllers
exactly.
at
It
all.
probably wouldn't have.
It would be
detachable
like the
Joy-Con.
size of the Note 9,
and it'd be
and
fixed on
it would
there.
have a
You
controller
couldn't-
on the side.
Nah, chill.
That's pretty much it.
And what with the fixed Joy-Cons onto the thing, where they still have motion control for the gyro games and stuff like that. I don't know, man. It's
you
like
never
I
know,
don't
though. I mean,
'Cause
It's
that- listen,
they
possible. I
made the
just don't
2DS. That was like something
For the kids.
Anybody like I
They
never
did it for the kids.
remember the first version of the 2DS?
Yeah.
It was like a
It was just
like a slice of bread.
And so the kids can throw that thing without breaking.
But the screen size wasn't compromised. It was as
Right.
small as the first 3DS that came out.
It was
Right,
pretty
but it
ugly.
didn't close though. It didn't
That
close.
was. Yeah, I suppose it looked like a cheese slice.
It looked like a slice of bread.
A slice of bread.
Like a slice of Wonder Bread. That's how it was shaped.
If we all got them together and put them together, it would be a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
We should try that. Let's buy them. They're like $20.
I don't understand.
Make a sandwich
that shit,
with
though.
two
Yeah, how
2DSs.
portable was that thing? Was that thing portable? It's like
Well, the screen was exposed. You couldn't fold it up like the other
Listen, they made it.
systems.
Listen, they made that so the kids who were young
Understood.
wouldn't have to look at 3D because it messes up their
Exactly,
eyes.
yeah.
So they
Understood,
made that
yeah.
and they made it super cheap. And you can toss it across the room and it won't break. So they don't care if it doesn't open or close. Remember how many hinges broke on the DS?
They couldn't put that in the
How many-
pocket, though. I remember
How many hinges broke on the
I
DS?
got these sweatpants here. Now you can just
put it
drop
with
it
the-
in
with the
there.
real
I can
deep
put it
pockets.
with the deep pockets if you have them on the thing, and you won't have to worry about breaking the switch.
Okay, Grandpa.
Yes, I remember the hinge.
Listen,
I
the
broke several
size,
hinges.
the size of the iPhone and the little pockets I've seen that in, it don't matter what size your
Yeah.
pocket is. That
right.
thing be going up chicks' backs. Like a back brace. Like, yo, you got a huge back brace on.
No, that's just my iPhone. That's just my iPhone.
He said you got a huge back brace on.
But as far as what I think they'd add, I mean that's a rumor. I mean I don't think they'll do that to make it smaller. But as far as what I think they can do, without hindering the performance of it. So listen, if they upgraded the graphics, like people are saying, oh, we want a pro version of it, right? I don't think that's going to happen because that's going to hinder what you play. I mean, they did it decently on the Xbox and the PlayStation because it doesn't stop any game you play on the other systems.
Oops, sorry.
If it's
Right.
going to make it smoother, they can make it run smoother, which I think may be something they'll do with the new Switch. So it runs at 720 when you take it off the dock. I can see them running at 1080 at least. It's not that expensive. You can get a $200 phone that runs at 1080.
Do you know
if
it's
you're
a difference
Apple,
portable though?
if you're Apple, then you don't do it because you say, oh, whatever, we're not going to do it. It doesn't matter. But you can do it and charge way cheaper. So it's not a money thing. Will you notice it? Who knows?
No,
It
won't.
On a portable screen?
Nah,
Like
probably
because
1080?
the screen is this big.
Listen.
It doesn't
Listen.
matter how many pixels.
Listen, some games in the dock mode run at 60 frames, like Zelda. If you play it on the Switch in portable mode, it does not. It plays at 30. So when they put that to be the same as you play on TV, it'll be the same as you play here. Like I play a lot of my stuff portable. I miss out because those games could possibly run better on my TV.
Okay.
I've only played some games portable. And I'm like, oh, that looked like that? I had no idea. So it would be nice if I could play it on there the way it's supposed to be.
Oh, but what about Bayonetta 2 on the Switch?
What about it?
Perfect game.
That's fine.
Runs 60 frames.
No, if they can get it to run, that's fine.
It runs.
But it's not going to run
It
the
runs
same
better than it did
as the
in-
dock, is what I'm saying. Make
It's
it run
all
the
about
same
yeah.
as the dock,
Right.
regardless of whether I play it handheld
Right,
or not.
right.
If it plays well,
Like that.
great. But I shouldn't have to worry about whether it's going to play better here or there. So that would be a thing that I'd like to do. Like if they give it a bezel, make the screen larger, it's not going to hinder the gameplay. If they make the screen a better resolution, it's not going to hinder the gameplay. If it kills the battery, yeah, it's another thing. But like I said, if they do that other stuff with the chips, then we'll see how it works out. 3 hours is 3 hours. So if they don't want to, if they don't want to upgrade it, they want to make it look better and have the same battery. We'll see what happens. But I don't think they're going to change the size of it. And I don't think they're going to take any like when you put that stuff in, like the cardboard. What is it? The Labo.
Yeah.
Like if they change the way this is shaped, the Labo is like not relevant. It still isn't anyway. But they're putting this in schools, so you need to fit the stuff in there, whether you get an old one or a new one. So they're not changing the form factor of the actual
That's true.
Switch.
You can't really make it that big because the Labo is
They're not making it smaller. They're not making it larger. It's going to be the same thing. But
They
they're
make the
gonna,
screen bigger.
But here's the question.
how about a D-pad? How about a D-pad on the controller?
Hori?
Like you can not Hori. I want it from Nintendo. A good one.
Hori.
That is a good one.
No, I'm saying I want a
I own it. That's
Nintendo
what's good.
one.
He wants
Oh.
a motion one.
Oh, it's a
One that
licensed by
works with
Nintendo. It's not
everything
made
from
by
Nintendo.
I got
Yes.
you.
So it has all the stuff in it
Oh yeah.
and charges while you
To
have
be
it on
honest with
there.
you, well, check out the My Take review. But and actually, it's going to be posted up this Saturday, so check that out. Well, actually, I don't even think I should say it. I should just wait for the review to come up.
Watch the
I don't want to
review.
spoil it. Watch
Find
the
out
review.
about
My
that
bad.
But
My
I would
bad. I
like-
don't want to.
I would like if
Good
Nintendo, I would like if Nintendo gave you an option of their own licensed material to have on there for their old school games, not this Nintendo controller that works with this, just Nintendo.
Right.
And what if you have like old like if they have like Super Nintendo games? Okay, what am I gonna buy? A Super Nintendo thing for it now? You just maybe buy $70 worth of this controller that only works for your 8-bit games.
Right.
That's a ripoff.
That is
Yep.
a ripoff.
Ripoff.
It's
I mean,
like-
don't. If I'm playing Mario and I play with that, fine, that's great. But it shouldn't be $70. Kidding me? What am I gonna do? Motion control with that? You got it's a Nintendo
It's a
controller.
Nintendo controller. Why-
$20 tops for that thing, for both. It should be a
It
dual
snaps on the
pack.
side of the Switch though. It snaps on the side.
I got a
And
question.
it
For what?
charges. It
For
can
what?
charge.
For what? You can't play on the side?
Convenience.
It's awful.
Convenience.
I want to see you try and play Mario like this on the side of this thing. Do that.
I got a question for you. What do you think Nintendo will call this new system? Or
Switch.
this new iteration and stuff.
Switch
It's still gonna be called the Switch.
Switch V2.
No difference.
Yeah, but are they gonna like? Because the new 3DS came out,
It depends on if
and
it
it was
looks
a new
The new Switch, you better not.
You know what I mean? Like exactly. Like
Listen, listen.
what do you
The
think?
new Switch.
If they listen, if it's the same, and they
Switch
just
2.0. No, I don't
they
know.
Switch Plus.
That's a good
Switch
one.
Plus is
There you
good.
go.
the snap,
Oh man.
they would fix it all because it's not a Switch.
It's not a Switch.
Oh my gosh.
You hit,
That's
a
what
light,
I would do.
you hit a light switch. That doesn't make a snap sound.
Yeah, I
It
think we
would make
should.
sense.
I think I think we should end right here.
Well,
But listen,
Oh my
this is
gosh.
on the last thing. So if they just change the internals, I think it will just be called Nintendo Switch. They're not going to change the name. They're not going to change the look. It's just going to be the same damn thing, just not hackable. That's all. That's all.
It's
So
not
they're not
hackable.
Yeah,
they're just gonna fix the
the non-hackable,
hack proof,
hack-proof.
and then that's it. It's
That's what it's gonna be called.
identical.
That's what I think.
Do you think they're going to
It's
lower the
possible.
price on the older Switch?
No,
Nah.
It's going to be the same
Isn't,
price.
with that.
isn't it though like way too early to even have this discussion?
Nah,
Like,
it's usually about 2 years.
like Switch is like really like I'm a new Switch owner. Okay, like I'm a.
There's always gonna be a new
You don't
Switch
even
owner.
have. You don't even have a Switch
Nope,
yet.
not yet.
So it's like, what like. I have a couple of games for it, and it's like, all right, I don't see anything where I'm like, oh, I can't wait for the new ones to change the size of the screen to make sure this runs this way. I might be the most, and you might be the most primitive gamer because it's like, I don't care about these things. Like, I just want
they care
good
about
games.
the sales though.
No. I'm talking about me.
No, you,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm talking about me. Like, I don't really care about all that stuff. I want games that run well, that play well, that I enjoy, and that's all that I really care about.
And I want
Nintendo-
my system to
Nintendo
work.
cares about this graph that is going up, 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 and then goes down, 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 down. If they want to go back up, that's why they want Exactly.
I'm just talking about me. Like, I really don't like if they do have one in the works. I honestly don't care.
They care about
Like,
saving money though. That's why.
I don't.
Bluetooth
Well,
audio.
no,
I-
listen, man.
Like as far because I don't play it handheld, so none of this really applies to me.
Right.
I like the battery power. I don't care. I don't
But-
care about because I play
I play
it just
exclusively
I just
console.
exclusively console. Sometimes if someone's watching football at the house, maybe I'll just throw on a little Wizards of Legend just for a little bit, and the funny thing is I was playing a handheld the other day and I'm like, yo, my reaction times are off. I am not like it's just not. It doesn't feel
You're not
right.
used to it.
Yeah, it didn't feel right. So I'm like,
And maybe it was the frames.
if you've been watching Level 857 for a long time, I don't like handhelds. I've never liked handhelds. It's just not a thing. But like, I was just like, all right, I'll just wait for the game to be over and I'll just play it on the console. Like, but like, yes, Switch has been on what 1 year, 2 years, 2 years?
a year and a half.
It's about a year and 75%.
A year and change?
No,
Year and a
whatever.
half.
So it's
March.
like I'm not even
2000.
remotely ready to even discuss anything that's missing from it because I'm still kind of figuring the system out and what it can do and all that stuff. Like I don't
But
even
usually-
I don't even want to hear that noise because I just dropped $200, $300 for the fucking
But usually,
system.
about by this time,
Yeah.
there's gonna be a different revision, even if they don't tell you about it.
Like a PS4 Pro and like
No,
like
no,
like
not like
a-
that.
like a
No,
Or they'll just launch it and just not say
Like
anything.
they don't
and be
tell
like,
anyone when they do this stuff.
Not really.
Right.
Like the PlayStation 2 had like 5 different things.
Yeah, yeah.
They were all different.
I hope to God that like there isn't so many different versions of this Switch.
There'll be a Pikachu one.
But the thing
Guaranteed.
is, well, yeah, but like as long as I get to play whatever games are out for it, and it applies to all the
Yeah.
new Switches, that's all. Whatever, that's fine.
That's
They
why
can
you don't
keep-
want them to do what they
Yeah,
did
yeah.
with the 3DS and
Yeah,
come out with one that
just-
doesn't play the old stuff.
Yeah,
The new
just
stuff.
as long as you play the old stuff, I'm all about that. But other than that,
Surprisingly
I give
limited.
zero shits about.
Well,
anything I do.
as somebody that I played like 80% of my Switch like handheld. Because I
You're
bring it
on-
with
you're
me to
on-
work.
yeah.
On my
Yeah, yeah,
downtime,
yeah.
I play a lot of it. So battery life is important to me.
yeah.
And
You need to get that.
I
battery
like.
charger
I need a
pack.
Bluetooth audio. I need Bluetooth audio.
I love.
And
Oh.
I have a plug that I can plug in. You know, but sometimes I don't want to have to carry that shit.
There's
around.
one thing I would
Sometimes
like.
the outlets don't work, and where I'm trying to plug it in, and
Yeah.
I forgot to mention one thing I would like for if they do add it is like custom soundtracks. I would like that. I would love that option to like
Only if you
make
can
a
stream
play,
it
yeah, like
from
if
your
I,
phone.
from Spotify. Can I like hook up Spotify like kind of like with the Xbox One X? The only one compliment I'm giving them is to link it to the system so I could make a playlist for it, whatever game I'm playing. That'd be pretty dope.
That reminded me because another thing they didn't add to the
hack.
system. No, they didn't
Oh, I
add.
thought you
They
were
didn't
gonna
add
talk about
Netflix. They didn't add anything other than games.
Strictly gaming.
So add
They don't have
the use of
anything.
apps.
Yeah,
But that's fine.
if they add that to
Switch.
the new one.
That's cool.
Hulu.
Or
Hulu.
old one, and just add it to the system.
See, but like you don't give a shit about handheld shit. I don't give a shit about watching Netflix on my Switch. I just want to play games on the shit.
But
That
with
wouldn't
the-
be a selling point for me.
I mean, we have phones.
Yeah,
Some
obviously.
people,
Yeah,
I
kids,
can watch.
phones.
There's so many.
But
It's just
kids-
another outlet
listen,
you can use.
If you were a
Yeah,
parent,
but-
listen, if you were a parent and you didn't want to give your kids,
Don't say that.
found your kids, and you had to get to.
That's another conversation.
But listen, if you did not want to spend a ton of money and get them a tablet, and they had a Switch,
Then
and they're in
you
the
get Netflix
car,
on Switch,
and
yep.
you're like, let me download a bunch of shows to keep them quiet in
That
the back
works. That
while we're
works.
driving. That's when you'd want something like that.
That works.
Us, I mean, who cares? We have a phone, we have this, but this screen is bigger than my phone. so
Different
I
strokes
want
for
it on
different
there.
folks. It's kind of tough to figure out everything to have for a system to apply to all different kinds of people.
But that doesn't
you know?
cost them anything other than licensing of having the apps on the thing. So
Just that Bluetooth audio though, man. It's a head scratcher.
You've been talking about that for a minute.
But how? No, I just don't understand.
They gonna listen to you out. They gonna listen
How
eventually.
do you have Bluetooth in the system and then just no audio?
2018.
because there was probably
What?
something going on there.
I could Bluetooth my tablet.
That's fine.
Some
I
sort
have
of
to remember to
interference
bring
with the
2
signal.
pairs
Gotta
of
be.
headphones. With
All
me.
the stuff that they had with the left Joy-Con, that was probably a problem.
Yeah, because if you think about it, you're Bluetooth streaming your music and Bluetooth streaming your controls. Like
Yeah.
something's gonna
I
clash.
forgot about
No.
that, by the way. Remember I said Nintendo didn't have problems with their first systems?
Yo,
They did have problems
Left
with
joy- was
the
it-
Joy-
was
yeah,
it
one of
the
the
left?
Joy-Cons.
I got a smartwatch. I have a
always the
cell
left.
phone, a smartphone. I listen to music with Bluetooth headphones. I can change the tracks with my
You
smartwatch.
can change the TV
Yeah.
down here too, Al.
And yeah,
Yeah.
but
Like tearing up a whole shit.
but
So
there's
there's
no
problems.
lag and there's no delay or anything. There's no interference with that. So that's
There's always
that's
something.
not a
Always.
it's not an excuse. Is what I'm saying.
No, but
Actually,
I'm
no,
saying
let's not-
Nintendo could be operating on a different frequency with their Bluetooth, so
No.
that could be the problem.
No,
And their chat.
I doubt.
They just need to take a freaking square styrofoam and put it in the freaking Joy-Con. It'll fix it.
I don't
That's
even know
it for
what's
today.
That's all I need.
Listen to that.
I don't know.
You can take that styrofoam and stuff it.
That's how they fix the
You can go
Joy-Con.
shove it.
They can fix the
You
audio.
can shove that styrofoam.
So if you guys have anything you want to add to the conversation about what you want to see in a new Switch, or how you feel about, hardware updates on systems, let us know in the comments, like always.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for listening and or watching the Level 857 Video Game Podcast.
Right here on YouTube
Be
and
sure to subscribe. Be sure to subscribe.
Twitch. I wish I could zoom that up on his face.
Oh, please.
Be sure to subscribe on iTunes, Stitcher.com, Podcast.com. If you have a podcaster app on your phone, look up Level 857. You're going to see us. Check out that YouTube channel. We're trying to get 100 followers. Subscribe to that. Subscribe to that.
Say it again.
Oh my God.
Subscribe to that.
There you go. Say it one more time.
Subscribe to that. All right.
Until next time.
Oh my god.
Now, check out the podcast also every other Wednesday,
That's right.
8 o'clock p.m. live
Right.
on Twitch.
And my take at noon on Saturdays.
Exactly.
And just follow us everywhere.
Can you zoom
We
in?
got so much content. Just follow us. We got so much for you guys to watch.
YouTube 12 noon.
Can you zoom in on his face? Please?
Instagram,
I wish we could do it
Facebook,
live.
YouTube, Twitch. Just follow us.
Exactly.
We
Level
all over the
857.
place.
Level
He cut me
857.
off.
Level 857 games. Search it up. All right. And we out.